My name is Ginger Potter. I am the Senior Education Specialist in the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. So my job is to support environmental education throughout the agency. What WEEC means to me is WEEC is an opportunity to sit down with people who are trying to do the same thing that I'm trying to do, which is to get more people involved in environmental protection. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about is that, governments get together and they set targets, and then we're going to reduce this and we're going to get rid of that. But nobody is going to be able to do that. No government can do that without having a population that is educated. Because an educated population is what gets people passionate and understanding and responsible. That's when they keep moving forward. If they don't know, they don't understand, and they don't care as much, and we'll still have the same problems that we have now, 20 years from now. But WEEC is an opportunity to meet with people who are doing the same things that I am doing things that are important to me, the things that I care about. So it's also an opportunity to meet with colleagues, to exchange ideas, and to kind of boost everybody up. It's okay. It's tough, but it's okay.
Yes, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. During your speech, you speak about responsibility. You have mentioned what is the role of governmental role. But I would like to ask you what we can do, every one of us, what can do to be more responsible for the health.
More responsible for
the sustainability and for climate education.
Us as WEEC or us as people? Yeah. Okay. First, I would say for us as WEEC, for us as environmental educators, we all understand and know how important education is to our work. It is our work. And we know that you cannot protect the world. You cannot protect the environment. You cannot guarantee a future if you're not protecting that environment. And to do that requires education. What we are also doing, which needs to change, is we talk to ourselves. We tell each other our work. We tell each other our difficulties. We talk about what's important, but we're not talking to other people. We write in journals. We're not, they go to the same people who read, it's about stop talking to ourselves. And that's a message that I've had for a very long time. Our work needs to be in places like Time magazine. It needs to be on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. That kind of work, that kind of importance, we should be at Davos, the economic summit right now. Why are you talking about economics and not talking about education? That's the kind of thing that the biggest thing we can do as educators now is to start talking beyond our own circle, beyond our own work. People think, and I will say this is for the United States, people think they know what education is. Well, I was in third grade. I know all about education. Why do I need to learn anything more? Well, because you don't really know about education, and you have a very narrow education because we can't know everything. So we want to foster that philosophy of, I always want to keep learning. I always want to keep doing. I want the world to be better than where it is now for my children and my grandchildren. That's what I want. That starts with us having a conversation with somebody who thinks they know education but doesn't, who doesn't understand the power of education to make change. That is, I think, one of the most fundamental things that we need to do as educators.
Okay, thank you so much. We have the next question for you regarding the timing for environmental education and the timing of COP28. Do you think that environmental education is matching with the rental price that is occurring, and what we can do to speed up for the environmental education?
Well, it's the same issue. If education, if you're environmental educators, you already know that we cannot solve problems unless people are educated. No government can meet its targets unless everybody is educated, because the population are the ones who bring the political people to the head. And when you want your thoughts, your ideas, what you think is important, you want that to be reflected in the people who are running your country. So to me, I think COP is great. What's not to love? But the issue is that nowhere does COP, how do I put this? If there was an understanding by governments of how important education is to solving environmental problems, then education would be an absolutely fundamental aspect of COP, and it's not. We bring children, we bring youth, and we have something that we're doing with the youth. That's not bringing education into the conversation. We say we're doing something, but we're not. So I look at education as a tool in the toolbox. For the Environmental Protection Agency, our mission is to protect human health and the environment. It doesn't say protect human health and the environment by regulation and enforcement. It doesn't say that. And in fact, we do that so well that we've now shifted the major sources of pollution in our country to small and medium-sized businesses, farms, ranches, the dry cleaner, the individual and the household. You cannot regulate the individual, at least in our country you can't. You can't regulate the household. And the cost of regulating small and medium-sized business will put most of them out of business. So the understanding that education is another tool in that toolbox that is so important to trying to achieve what you want to achieve. If you don't have that kind of commitment, and by commitment I mean resources, because nobody's going to say, I don't believe in education. Nobody will say that. But if you believe in it and you think it's so fundamental, then you should be providing millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of resources. Then you can tell me that education is a tool that you're actually using.
So do you agree that education is not short?
No, it's lifelong learning.
It's lifelong approach.
It's always, for somebody your age, you're just kind of in the beginning of the whole. I'm at the other end, and for me, education, I try to learn something new every day. I spend a lot of time looking at the world and seeing what's happening and trying to understand all of these things and how do I fit into all of this, and am I a part of this, and how can that's so it's a lifelong pursuit. It's a lifelong pursuit for excellence, to be the best I can be. Because if I can be the best that I can be, then I'm going to support what my country is doing, what the world is doing to try and fix the problems that we ourselves have created.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
If you have a short sentence, if you want to give a message, very brief sentence.
Who am I giving the message to?
To the WEEC, World Environmental Education Congress Network. So. what could be for the future?
My message to WEEC is based on what I said. Stop talking to yourselves. Where are people from different sectors here? We have universities, we have non-governmental, we have governmental, we have NGOs, we have students, we have youth. The big sector that's missing is business and industry, because for many reasons they are the source of the problem. So my message would be, think broader. The next one's in 2 years. Think broader in terms of the people you're inviting to speak. And I think in that way we begin that conversation where we're not just talking to ourselves. We're convincing others that the idea of education being important to solving these problems, that they get it too. And they're willing to put the resources behind making this world better, fixing the environmental problems. Okay? Does that work?
Yes, thank you so much for your time.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will.